So can you describe your character to us?
No. Shania is kind of the underdog, I guess, of the story. She's a girl who's, I suppose, not had the best sort of start, in the sense that things have been quite tough for her growing up. But she has found running. She has a coach who kind of took her under his wing quite early on in her life, and I think he's been a huge support both in running and just in life in general. And she's sort of running her way to the top of the athletics world, or trying at least. And it's not much about her character, it's more of the story. She's quite feisty, she's very strong-willed and quite opinionated. She's quite fiery and loose, a little bit of a loose cannon. But at the same time, I think she's incredibly good at what she does. She cares a lot. She's a real trier, and eventually she becomes a real team player. So she's very cool.
Have you enjoyed filming this more or less than the other things that you've done? Or have you just found it different?
Oh my gosh, completely different. It's such a different kettle of fish, and I think each project you do does that kind of, it's hard to compare. Completely different genre, completely different asks of you, different challenges, different rewards. It's like, yeah, it's like chalk and cheese.
Have you had a favourite bit of filming so far?
Yeah, there's a scene which I fell in love with sort of really early on, even on the page, which is with Phil Davis, who plays my coach, where they're sitting in a car and she's won her first, she's sort of qualified, and it's like her first big win, qualified to go to the World Championships, and that's been my favourite film. That's been my favourite scene to film. Yeah.
And how do you think, obviously hosting the Olympics has put a lot of pressure on the country as a whole? How do you think it affects the characters in the film, the fact that the world is watching them, particularly because it's their country?
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, and talking to the real athletes, you kind of really understand the pressure that they're under, and really the track and whatever event you're doing, it is like your stage, and the world is watching. It's massive pressure. I mean, I suppose to a certain degree you have to put it out of your mind. It's like when you're shooting a film, I never think about how many people are going to watch it, or the fact that it's going to be on cinemas or billboards. I try not to think about anything like that, because I think you wouldn't be able to get on with it. So I suppose for them it must be just each race, each event at a time. But yeah, I think the pressure's huge on everybody.
Has there been anything on set that you would quite like to steal at the end of the filming?
Steal?
Yeah, or borrow and never give back.
Borrow and never give back. A couple of the athletes, I'm not going to and by Lily. Lily James, I'd like to steal her. She's a great keeper.
You can have me.
Something I'd like to steal. Not really.
What's the fashion like? The tracksuits? Would you want to take any of them home?
I kind of live in tracksuits anyway, so I have a lot myself. But yeah, I like tracksuits. This is a really comfy costume. But often it's hard to take things from a job, because you associate it with the job, and for me, it's not me. It's always going to be the character. So yeah.
What do you have lined up for after this?
A lot of food and my bed, and a few box sets to get through.
That's good. How's it been working with Bradley James and your kind of love interest for the film? What's it been like?
Have you seen Bradley James?
Yeah.
Answer. He's lovely. Everyone, the cast has been great on this, and Bradley's really lovely. We haven't done our really chunky scenes yet, which I'm really looking forward to. I've just kind of sporadically given him the eye and snogged his face at this point. So even though we kind of got close to it, we haven't done the meaty stuff yet, which I'm really looking forward to.
That's cool. In an egg and spoon race, who would win between you, Lily and Bradley?
Well, Lily I think would probably drop it. Bradley would probably eat it. And I would win by far.
By default, yeah.
Who is the fastest out of you and the other girls? Bradley obviously would get left behind, but
Bradley doesn't even get a look in. My gosh, eat my dust, Bradley. Out of all the girls, I'm not sure. I think it'd probably be, honestly, it'd probably be a toss-up between Dominique and Lorraine. Lorraine is seriously fast. She plays tricks in the movie, and she's really fast, but so is Dominique. And Nashana, I mean, all of them. I mean, we've all cut our time down. I'm so glad that whatever happens in this movie, I win. Because in real life, oh dear. But I'd try really hard. I'd have an A for effort, definitely.
If you could make anything an official sport, what would it be and why?
Eating. Because I would win.
How's it been? We hear you're on a special diet for the training.
We're probably kind of, well, to be honest with you, it's not too bad. We get to eat quite a lot, and it's just healthy choices. It's not really, and what I've learnt is, the healthier you are, I thought we were going to be on some crazy sort of detox plan, and it's not. In fact, it's not really a diet, it's kind of a lifestyle. And if you're training the way we were training, and if you are working out like an athlete, it's really important to eat the right things, and a lot of it, to be honest with you. It's not that... the thing you kind of miss, perhaps, is kind of rich things. So it's not really a kind of hugely rich flavoured diet, it's more sort of simple. But I quite like that, and you kind of get used to it. But yeah, Barocca is quite exciting now, so there is that.
Are there foods kind of left out that you can't have that everybody else are eating, and then you're sort of...
well, I mean, to be honest with you, I try not to eat sugar anyway, and being actresses, I think we're all very aware of what we eat and keeping in shape regardless, because you are your business when you're an actor. So, I mean, there's always on set too much Haribo, too much chocolate, too much peanut M&Ms, too much everything, and the crew are kind of munching on them all day, but they physically work quite hard, and usually as an actress there's a lot of sitting around, so you can't really afford to stuff your face with them in whatever film you're doing and whoever you're playing. So to be honest with you, and they look. It's not like they catered for us. That was full a minute ago, and even me and we put that away. Carrots as well, not just cucumbers.
Wow.
But actually, when you are quite hungry and you're on the go, to be honest with you, it's quite satisfying when you've got your palate used to it. Am I selling it to you?
Maybe, but then when you had me at M&M's, I think I was like... What's your favourite thing about your character, and what's your least favourite thing about your character?
My favourite thing about my character is she's an athlete and she runs. And my least favourite thing about my character is she's an athlete and she runs. It's a double-edged sword. It's something that obviously I've had to learn to do, and I have to really keep an eye on. And obviously when you're performing, you just want to get lost in something, but when something's so alien to you, until it feels really natural, it can be quite tough to kind of really feel like you're selling it.
Yeah.
So for me, it's been really important to feel like if I were, you know, if you're a real athlete and you were watching Shania, there'd be something in there that you buy into and you could identify with. And so it's sort of being able to sort of get a hold of that while playing a character, while following all the other, hitting all the other beats in the story.